The eye in the sky does not lie. Let's see what it has to say about one Shedeur Sanders.
That's right. We're doing a classic at the office film breakdown. I love the energy already. Noah killed that intro. But listen, we were both at the game live, and when you're at the game, it's hard to even tell when you get a first down until the announcer tells you, let alone kind of understand what's going on the field. So we thought we'd break the film down and look at it a little more closely and look at what Shador did or didn't do. I do want to say real quick to the Shador sillies out there, or the Sanders crazies, whatever you want to call yourselves, the beehive of Shador fandom. We like Shador. I want to say that off the bat. If you still comment like, man, these kids don't get it, they hate. No, we don't hate Shador. We like Shador. We want to see him succeed. We're being critical as journalists. That's what we do.
Yes, that is exactly the goal. Thank you for hitting the nail on the head. And I want to be critical right off the bat. So I'm sorry, I'm just ripping the band aid off. But this picture went viral all over the internet, Eric. I know you sent it to me on Instagram. I seen it on X earlier that day when it was going out. But it is a slide protection to the right where basically there's a conga line of three Browns offensive linemen and a free rusher on the left side. Typically, a quarterback is the one to set their own protections in an offense. So he was probably calling the slide the easier to set side of the offensive line. It's easier, it's better. That's the better side of blocking, basically, in terms of the scheme to the wide side of the field because of the pressure that the Ravens were setting. Unfortunately, the Ravens sent it to the backside, and you see the free rusher there. Jerome Ford also does a horrible job picking up anything over there. You can kind of see him half bent over in the blob
Right.
of men to the left. So that's what I'm seeing happen there. It's unfortunately one of those miscues that happen in the game of football, and it's one that Shador has been kind of known to have. If there was a 1A and a 1B of the problems in Shador's game, it's the pocket drift and then not setting the correction and guessing and seeing it correctly in terms of where the blitz is maybe coming.
Pull that picture back up real quick because here's the thing. Yes, I get what you're saying. Even if he did set that protection, though, you have Ethan Posick there on the left side of the circle. He's got his hands on his own player. Like, if you're at that point, I think you shift your feet and you go, huh, nobody's over here. Maybe I pivot and look at the other side. Like, that's got to be on him, right?
Well, to an extent, like he should be like looking back, trying to pick up work at that point when there's not one, not two, but three guys on that side of the line that seem to have it taken care of. But when you're sliding, I mean, your momentum, as I kick my desk, when you're sliding, your momentum's going that way. To get back there and do anything of meaningful success blocking, it's just not going to happen. It's a miscue in terms of what's set there for basic spread pass protection in the modern football game.
Fair enough. Let's move on to the first play that you have for us, which coincides to be Shador's first play.
It is Shador's first play of the game, and it is nice and simple. We don't got to really break down anything here. I just wanted to really start with this in terms of the actual physical film breakdown, because I think this is what we need to see more of out of the game plan going into the Las Vegas Raiders start that Shador is going to have, because it is simple. You get him out of the pocket, you get him away from pressure, you get him moving, completing balls, building confidence. That's what we need to see in the early scripted plays of the start of the game. We know we can run with Judkins. Well, try to run with Judkins at least. That is our bread and butter is running the football. We need to keep this kid continuously getting more confident. What do you think?
Yeah, I like that you pulled this because, like I said, we were at the game and I got a little heat yesterday from our video when I said it wasn't very loud in the stadium. And I stand by that. It wasn't that loud. But on this first completion, the crowd went a little crazy because he comes in and he makes a throw and we've been waiting for him. So I thought that was fun. But I agree with you. As easy of passes as we can get to build his confidence, like we don't need to reinvent the wheel here. We don't need to be doing some fumble rooski stuff. Like, let's just, and not that we did that, but let's just ease into it and bring him along.
Yeah, that's exactly what we need to do. Because as you see the game progress, if you go and sit down and watch every play of the film for yourself, when Shador actually gets the ball going and he gets to see some completions, he does better in terms of his pocket mechanics and some of the knocks on his game. I think it would be in the team's best interest to continue to build Shador's confidence early and often with plays getting him away from pressure where he doesn't even have to worry about it and just making quick throws outside of the pocket. I think that would be a great way to build the confidence to then get him into more complex situations where he can show his arm talent and throw the ball downfield.
I agree, and that's the thing about Shador. Like we talk about pocket mechanics, footwork, holding on to the ball too long. These are things that can be learned. What can't be learned is arm strength. I mean, you can work on it. Don't get me wrong, but it's clear that he is the rookie quarterback on this team with physical tools that other rookies don't have,
Right.
and I want to see that. The thing is, though, the coaching staff has to develop that. That's been the issue, and we haven't seen it so far.
Well, we'll see what a week of practice does, good, bad, and ugly for the kid. Let's move on to a little bit of the ugly in terms of his first NFL snaps. I'm going to pause this about midway before the play completes and ask you what you think Shador should be doing right here.
Well, it looks to me that he first of all, he's really staring down whoever is on the left side of the field. I would imagine that's Judy that we can't see off screen. Um, but his progressions need to be quicker. You see the free runner coming, and I believe he's going to take a sack here, but you have the tight end wide open across the middle. Like you've got to hit that check down. And that would
Yeah,
be a pretty nice gain too. It's not like a easy check down. Like he's there all the way.
he is, and that's one David Njoku too. By the way, he is wide open on this play, and if Shador just takes a second to step up instead of staying put where he is outside of the pocket, he makes that completion all day. You live to see another down. Of course, it's in the middle of the field. And Joku's going to get hit, but he's a big body tight end for a reason. And let him take that hit and keep it pushing as you continue to gain confidence and move the offense down the field. You ready to move into play number 3?
Yeah, what do you got for us?
This one is the interception. So this one's a little confusing. I'm going to let it roll. And then I'm going to give both of my theories as to what happens here. And I believe I also show us the tight so you could see, yep, the protection as well. So it's a twist. I want to make it known right now. You're going to see this a lot that this offensive line with Jerome Ford does a horrible job trying to pick up the twist the whole entire game. If you look to the left side of the screen, it's a simple twist from the edge to the middle, and no one picks it up. Let that
Yeah,
run one
but,
more time.
one more time, yeah, I would just wanna see he gets it away clean, though.
Yes,
I
he.
That's just a bad throw. Like,
So
I
that
don't you
that's
said
what
you have
makes this.
theories.
Yeah, this is what makes it confusing because if you stop it right. Nah, I don't like it there. Hold on one second. I like the film videos real quick. I just want to put it out there that I can be a little sloppy with my talk for a second so I can actually get the point across while I'm looking at what's going on. But you see, I believe that's Njoku and then maybe Judy. It doesn't matter. It's the receiver on the 20 and the receiver above the 30. You can see it.
Mhm,
Um, the receiver at the 20 is wide open, and no, that's not a
mhm.
first down. You can see the yardage market there, but it could potentially run itself into a first down. I don't know if he just sailed the ball going there, or if you let this play, the receiver kind of stops. I don't know if he was trying to curl at the end and it was like an option route, and could have went flat towards the sideline. Um,
If that
it-
is the case, though, he's thrown into double coverage at that point.
oh
Um,
yeah, I mean
so it's
it's
still a
not a.
bad throw.
It's not a fantastic. He should have just taken the underneath route there and lived to see another day. But I'm it's tough because you don't know the exact play call, obviously, because we're two guys watching all 22. We don't have the plays and the plays that were called, but um,
And it is
it's a rough
bang
one.
bang. I mean, when you're in there and you have a guy bearing down on you and it's literally a millisecond later he's taken the hit, you gotta factor that in as well.
For sure, but I don't want to make excuses. At the same time, you should be able to see that route and how it could develop into being a first down there right at the bottom. I'm going to pull it one more time just to show. I mean, he gets upfield all day and fights for that. Let me make sure the yardage marker's right real quick. Yeah,
E
I was getting confused by the Browns' orange pants on the sideline to make sure that it wasn't like 3rd and 20 or something like that.
Even if
But
the guy at the 30, like, it's still just such a bad pass, like, He threw
Yeah,
it in the one spot you don't throw it, but hey, you live and you learn.
you do live and you learn. You do live and you learn. Let's move on to play number 4. This is an example of Shedeur doing things that make people nervous about Shedeur. It's just doing too much. If you, I mean, I'm trying to look and see
So,
what
here's the thing, the positioning, so play it from the beginning one more time.
I got you.
Um, they're showing that you see the blitz coming almost immediately. Like they don't disguise that particularly well. They could drop in coverage in theory, but you see that linebacker moving before the ball's even spiked. You got to know at that point to hit your check down immediately. Like you have free runners coming. We haven't been great at pass pro so far for you. Like you can't try to have a route develop. That's exactly what, and I don't even know. Maybe nobody's even open because where did,
Well,
who's the running
if you
back in
look up
there?
top right here,
Oh,
you
he
could see,
trips.
well, you see
The
Judy
running
right
back, I
here.
mean.
If you look at Judy at the 50, you can throw that open even to a extent.
Yeah,
I
but he's
believe this is
already
now to
eh
Njoku, now to Judy, and yeah, you're gonna take that hit, but it's there. That's NFL open all day.
yeah, I don't disagree, and I think, part of the problem is his check down trips there, but,
Let me see it again one more time. Looking at the check down. Yeah,
he has
he's
plenty
supposed
of
to
time,
he
no.
it looks like a block and release on the
Right,
running back, and he misses the block, and then the check down isn't there because he misses the block. It's bad play on offense, but Shador, if he just steps into it and throws it, I know he's taking the hit, and that's probably part of the lackluster buildup. The fact that he didn't get a lot of practice reps, you're not used to this kind of thing. If you want to give it an excuse, it's just you got to get rid of the ball there. You can't take that sack 10, 15 yards back, basically.
yeah, I don't disagree with you there. Let's move on to the next one.
This is another example of Shador taking just way too long in the pocket. He has plenty of time and takes a sack instead
Yeah, that ball's
of
gotta be out now,
you
and you
could
have
try to
guys.
you could try to layer it over on that backside receiver. It looks like you have a check down to a tight end. If you look at Judy coming across the field, you can layer that, try to layer that in front. I mean, it's not
That's a tight
it's tight.
window.
It's not like wide open, but it's not going to be wide open. It's the NFL. You have your check down on the back end all day too. You can hit that swing now. Now. Now.
Yeah.
So, it's just another example of some of the poor mechanics that people are worried about with Shador, and I'm curious to see how much this improves or doesn't improve with a full week of practice, getting reps with the starter, real preparation going into a game, assuming you're going to be the starter of the football game and play a full 4 quarters of NFL football, you know what I mean?
And I think that makes a huge difference. I mean, he hasn't had reps with the ones. Don't forget that chemistry plays a part here. Like he hasn't thrown to these guys. Who was it? Was it Conklin or somebody was saying that they heard his cadences 4 times before that game. Like
It
that's
was
it.
Wyatt
Four.
Teller. Yeah, it was
Teller.
Wyatt
Okay.
Teller who broke that.
I mean,
So
that's not good, man, and the fact that you have Wyatt coming out and saying that, that is an admonishment of Kevin Stefanski and coaching. That is Teller subtly giving a jab there. I know it doesn't sound like it, he doesn't seem the type, but that's exactly what you're seeing, and that's not good.
well, we'll see. I'm so teeter-totter in the middle about this situation about Shador getting reps because no, it's not the norm, but I think it shouldn't be following the norms of the NFL and how backup quarterbacks work because you're talking about 2 rookies and only 2 rookies being on your active roster. So maybe we need to break the norm a little bit, but I get why it happened, but I
But
don't
you're a heartbeat from going into the game. And we
100%.
saw that happen Sunday in a game that was winnable and within reach, and you threw a guy in there that has 0 preparation.
I
There is no excuse for that in my opinion.
I don't disagree. I don't I disagree in the 0 preparation because he still did practice. It wasn't like he was sitting drinking Gatorade, handing it to Dillon the whole time during practice. I mean, he was still getting reps other different ways, but I get what you're saying, and I do agree with you that in this situation, because you have 2 rookie quarterbacks and the second one being your backup, it's not like there's another guy. There's no Joe Flacco, there's no Kenny Pickett, there's Bailey Zappi, but you have to activate him from practice squad. There's no buffer is what I'm trying to say, and it doesn't make the situation any better than it already is. This next play doesn't have a lot to do with Shedeur Sanders. It has more so to do with the O line and Jerome Ford. I just wanted to show how bad the twist pickups are. This is what led to the intentional grounding. That's why I pulled it. But if you look at the left side of the line, I
Yeah,
mean,
look how bad.
ole, ole, ole. I mean it's the definition of just not picking up your assignment whatsoever. So it's frustrating, but I
Well,
wanted to show
Katie
that in a
Levinson doesn't look very good there either.
it's not Levinston. That's is that
Yeah, it
because
is.
Conklin went out? No,
72.
that's 72's on the left side of the line.
That's what I'm talking about, watch him.
Oh, well, he doesn't look good in any reps. I wasn't even looking at that because that's not the guy that gets the pressure, is it? I mean, it's pressure on the backside, I guess.
Yeah, it's
I,
forcing him away into the it all plays a part, obviously, but my point is this line is it's
you say
okay.
look at Jerome Ford real quick. I don't mean to pick
Mhm.
fun, but I don't feel bad for him after all the retweets and or reposts on TikTok. Look at Jerome Ford, obviously the running back in the backfield on the left side of the screen. Look at this effort. Like, what are we doing? What you chip, you miss, and you whiff. It's just poor blocking. It's absolutely poor
Yeah.
blocking. And that was I wanted to pull one just to show it because that's what Shador truly was dealing with. And Dillon Gabriel, too, don't get me wrong, all game. That type of pickup was what was happening all game.
I wanna be fair to Jerome Ford a little bit here. He does hit a hole where somebody would come through to block that to pick up.
Yeah.
Um, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? But then he commits it's the commit there that really he did the right thing, then he just committed wrong.
He
It's just a
overcommit.
porous line, but yeah,
He's
he
there.
overcommits there.
He's there and then overcommits on the chip when you know that they've been twisting all game. It's kind of one of those things where you want to be a little more heads up, in my opinion. Again, I don't know what the coaches are telling him though. So, as you know, to a point, and like this is what the film is saying I want to be, I can only be so, on the head about it without knowing what the coaches exactly are saying, what the exact play call is, and whatnot. You want to move on to the next one?
I do.
This is another Shador highlight, in my opinion. This was on that fourth quarter drive to potentially win the game. I was looking, I know Harold Fanning comes wide open on this. I don't really care about that. It's the pressure he gets on the backside and his ability to, instead of starting to go spin zone and roll out and do all the things, he takes a step to the left. Well, I guess it would be his right, but the left side of the screen, and pumps it and puts the ball where it needs to be.
I
I
wanna
just
I wanna be clear real quick though. You say the pressure. That's good pass pro there. He had plenty of time. He throws the ball at like 5 seconds.
let me count it one more time. 1 minute. Well, hold on.
Damn near 6
One
seconds.
Mississippi, two Mississippi, three Mississippi, four Mississippi. Yeah, he had ample time
Your
there. It is good
Mississippi's
pass.
were off, but yes.
It was good pass pro too. I more so mean just the fact that he's feeling it on the backside, and instead of just getting panicky, which we've seen in the final preseason game and in this game, he at least was moving in the pocket well. It's just an example of some of the good that we can. It shows that he can do it. Is what I
Yeah.
really pulled this for. Is to show you could do it. He could do it. Now just keep doing it and do it the right way and don't get nervous because you got the talent, man. You got the
It
talent.
it just it takes reps. I mean, you gotta see it, you gotta see the speed. That's what it's gonna take. I think we have 2 more.
We have two more. It's really brief. Well, this one's the last one we're really breaking into. This was on that same drive. I'm gonna let it run for a second. I'll let it run real quick and then I'll play it from the top and get into my breakdown. So if Shador here, the thing that bothers me about this play is if he steps up and lets the pocket form around him, buys himself an extra second, Look at Isaiah Bond right there in the middle of the
Mhm.
field, breaking out. Because and it's hard to tell because I kept the wide version of this to do it. But if you step up with how much that pressure is going upfield, you give your tackle a chance to at least throw a hand on that and get into that position to hit Isaiah Bond and potentially have a completely different conversation about how this game ended because I mean he's wide open there. He might get tackled, but you're making a big play, you know what I mean?
You see him jumping up and down too.
If he steps up, I mean, the pocket's forming decently well. It's not perfect, it never will be. It's the NFL, but
Yeah,
you're at
you
least
gotta step
giving
up
that.
in the you're right.
It gives you a lot. I mean, how many yards back is he? The line of scrimmage is the 4. I mean, he's 10 yards back.
Yeah.
He sees the pressure and drifts backwards. I mean, that's it's just another example of Shedeur needs to get into the habit of being able to, gunsling it and just sit in the pocket a little bit and not get nervous. And we'll see. We'll see. The last play I wanted to pull, a little bit of I'll just call it a mid-light because I do think this is a great ball by Shedeur, um, which
This would
is
have been the
the
game-tying touchdown.
to gauge, and it was just a good offensive or good defensive play, excuse me. It's
I
there.
mean, you gotta haul that in too. I get it. He's swatting it away, but that's in your hands. That's in the breadbasket. You've gotta bring that in. That's the tying touchdown right there to probably force overtime. I don't remember how much time was on the clock. Maybe there was over a minute left, but
I think it was sub a minute. I think there was like 50 something. That's the only thing I don't like about the tight is that it doesn't give you like down and distance and all
yeah.
of that when you're watching it on NFL Plus. So there's some good, there's some bad, there's some ugly. That's really been the tale of what sports talk, Cleveland sports talk, we've had to say for the last week. It'll be very interesting to see what Shador does in Las Vegas. I'm really excited for that game. I think you are too. Tomorrow, we of course are coming out with our typical pre-game preview video that comes out every Friday with our parlays and whatnot. So
Tomorrow's
keep
not
an
Friday.
yes, it is. This video comes
Is
out
this
on
going out
Thursday
on Thursday? Why wouldn't we put this one out before Class A?
to break it up.
Oh,
That's
I
what we said
disagree
the
with that,
last
but
time
okay.
we.
My
That's
bad.
what we. That's what we said last time we
That's what
talked.
you said. I don't think I just went, "Okay."
Okay. I just think breaking it up a little bit, doing two Class A, two, just looking at the views too. I mean, we went from 500 and it's only at like our typical like 30 today. So, but
That's
if
fine.
you want to do it, either way.
Okay. I just think we're breaking down film from a game from Sunday. I don't think it makes sense to go out on a Thursday.
Okay, we'll put this
But
out
my bad.
tomorrow.
I thought you were just mistaken. That's why I
No,
stopped
you're
it.
good. You're good. Hold on. 24. So, like I said, there's some good, there's some bad, there's some ugly. That's really been the tale of the tape for this whole game. I'm really excited for the Raiders game coming up this weekend and seeing what Shador can do with a week of preparation, a week of that mentality of really being out there to play. I know that sounds like an excuse, but there is a complete difference between you are a starter and you are a backup type of mentality. I don't think Shador is going to be focused on anything but football, and there's the off the steel field stuff that's going with him. I said steal, so that already put you where I was going with that. The people that broke into his home stole $200,000 worth of his stuff. Crazy. Hope everything works out for him there. But
What do you
his
think
main
they
focus,
took? Did it come out?
chains, jewelry.
'Cause
I feel like it has
I
to
was
be
thinking I don't
jewelry,
have
right?
200K worth of stuff in my house.
It has to be like jewelry and like expensive watches, even if he had like
Yeah,
cash in a safe or something like that.
that is great.
Anyway,
That's sad.
it is sad indeed. We'll see what Shador does this weekend. There was some promising things to see on the eye test and on film, and there were some very ugly things to see on the eye test and on film. Let's see how much of it he works past because I think we both agree the intangibles are there. It's just if we can mold it in time for it to even matter for this Browns roster.
We shall see, and I mean, I wouldn't put too much faith in the team getting him ready because I don't have faith in Kevin Stefanski. Um, we'll
We
see.
almost we almost made it through a whole video without you coming at the whole regime and the coaching staff, and you had to just stick it in at the end, didn't you?
But I mean, let's just call a spade a spade. Like Shador could be Tom Brady, and I don't know if Kevin Stefanski's going to have him ready for this game.
Fair enough.
Period. Like,
I'm not gonna dig the rabbit hole with you anymore because we've talked about it so many times on the page. I don't disagree with you by any means. Let's see what happens this weekend. I know I'm excited for it. I know you're excited for it.
we will indeed. The debate never ends, but the show does for now. We'll see you next time.